Prepare to discover something unsettling about yourself. Right now, your subconscious is about to reveal all. 5 doors, a fleeting lesson, and the secrets of your soul that you thought were buried forever are about to surface. Carl Jung spent years researching why our most spontaneous decisions unveil truths that our conscious minds meticulously conceal. The choice you are about to make will be anything but random. Thousands of people have taken this test, and each was stunned to discover how their chosen door exposed hidden traumas, suppressed desires, and the archetypes subtly governing their lives. Be ready, because once you see these doors, you won't be able to avoid making a choice. Your unconscious has already made it for you, so gaze upon these 5 portals. Before you are 5 entrances into the darkest corners of your psyche. Do not try to reason, analyze, or search for the correct answer. There isn't one. Simply look and allow something within you to respond before logic intervenes. Jung had an epiphany. The collective unconscious communicates with us through the language of universal symbols. Each door that appears before your eyes is an echo of a primordial archetype that has guided humanity for centuries. Some archetypes beckon those who grew up in the shadows, feeling invisible. Others attract wounded souls who have lost faith in stability. There are doors open to creators stifled by years of faceless conformity. And finally, a door chosen by those who have forged an armor of pain around themselves, forgetting how to remove it. Have you already felt the call? An inexplicable pull toward one of them? Excellent. For this choice wasn't made by reason, but by the voice of your inner child, the bleeding wounds of your past, and your unrevealed talents. So let's open the first door. Door number 1. The Sanctuary of the Silent Observer. A simple, minimalist door of light wood, as if whispering millennia-old secrets. If its call reached you, then something within you recognized it as a refuge, a sanctuary. Jung saw in this archetype the wise hermit, the transcendent observer, but few know of its shadow side. Do you know about your secret superpower you truly see? While others flounder in the shallow waters of everyday dramas, you sense the powerful undercurrents of human emotion. You recognize lies that others don't even notice, as if they were written on their foreheads. You feel another's pain, even when their face is lit by a forced smile. This heightened sensitivity has likely saved your life more than once. Perhaps you grew up in a family where reading adult emotions was a matter of survival, where silence was a more reliable defense than any words. Your soul learned a lesson. It's safer to observe from the shadows than to step into the light. But this wisdom came at a price, didn't it? Emotional isolation. The feeling that you are always standing behind thick glass, observing life but never truly participating. Your greatest strength, this capacity for deep analysis, has become your most elegant prison. Jung warned, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. You have already awakened. The next step is not to remain alone. Your continued growth lies in allowing others to see the observer within you, to realize that your depth does not need to be masked to be valuable. True intimacy will not destroy your tranquility. On the contrary, it will enrich it. Specifics of the observer. Possessing incredibly developed intuition, you are immersed in a world of self-reflection and meditation. Emotions like treasures are carefully held within before finding an outlet. Your gift is to see through masks, distinguishing truth from falsehood. Perhaps in childhood the world was too bright and chaotic, leaving a trace of emotional overload. You constantly strive to find deeper meaning in every experience, torn between a yearning for intimacy and a need for solitude. Door number 2, the guardian of sacred structure. Before you is a door as if carved from eternity. Solid, symmetrical, classical, It resembles ancient cathedrals that have withstood the onslaught of time. By choosing this door, you have discovered something sacred, order, like a shield protecting against chaos. You are a builder of civilizations, a guardian of heritage. But Jung understood, behind every need for structure lies its own story. Perhaps your childhood unfolded in a world where stability was fragile, like glass, promises shattered like waves against rocks, and the adult world seemed an unpredictable and dangerous labyrinth. But your psyche performed a miracle, the ability to create safety where none existed. You are the one who carefully preserves family traditions, who stays true to promises even when it demands immense effort, who creates rituals that nourish the souls of those you cherish. Your unique gift is the ability to discern beauty in orderliness. While others chase fleeting emotions, you find something sacred in a perfectly structured routine. But this strength also has a dark side. Sometimes, your drive for control is merely a shield erected against the fear of abandonment. Do you recognize yourself in this description? Do you avoid surprises, feeling anxious when carefully constructed plans collapse in an instant? Your love for clear structure can transform into shackles, binding you with fear of any change. Jung asserted that true individuation is the harmony between order and chaos. Your path to growth lies not in abandoning familiar structure, but in gaining faith that you can flourish even amidst uncertainty. True mastery is not about total control, but about realizing your capacity to adapt to any circumstances. Specific characteristics of the guardian: an unwavering sense of duty and responsibility, as if you carry the world on your shoulders. An unparalleled ability to create flawlessly operating systems where every detail is in its place. Deep respect for traditions and meaningful rituals, as if they are a thread connecting the past to the present. A tendency to be an emotional anchor in relationships, providing stability and confidence. Gnawing anxiety that arises from the slightest disruption of routine, betraying a fear of the unknown. A natural gift for leadership, demonstrated not through words but through personal example, inspiring those around you. An internal conflict between the need for security and the desire for growth, tearing you between stability and the unknown. Door number 3, the throne of the exhausted inner king. A majestic door, upholstered in aged gold leather, with details shining with the promise of power and long-awaited peace. If your gaze lingered on it, then your soul recognized its own. A throne where, at last, you can cease the exhausting need to prove your worth. This is one of the most insidious archetypes, the weary king, a leader who has shouldered an unbearable burden of responsibility for everyone and everything. Jung called him the archetypal father, yet he also deeply felt the dark side of this figure. How long have you played the role of an unyielding pillar for those around you? Likely, even in your youth, you learned a harsh lesson. Your value is determined not by who you are, but by what you can do. Love is a prize to be earned through accomplishments, and showing weakness is a direct path to defeat. Your psyche has perfected the art of leadership, protection, decision-making, and support. You are the person people turn to for help in a crisis, the one who bears the weight of difficult decisions, who unhesitatingly sacrifices personal comfort for the common good. Your invaluable gift is seeing the spark of potential in others and helping to ignite it. While others despairingly await a savior, you are already feverishly devising a rescue plan. But there is a secret few unravel in the heart of a true king. He is worn out, not just tired but burned out, existentially exhausted. Behind every natural-born leader hides a child who had no one to care for them, whom life forced to grow up too soon, who learned to equate love with necessity. Their deepest fear is not losing the crown or power, but being exposed, discovering that they are not loved simply for who they are, without the mask of grandeur and all their outstanding abilities. Jung understood that true kingship is not about overt power, but the ability to allow others to support you, to lean on them, to share the burden. Your growth lies in realizing that you are worthy of rest without losing an ounce of dignity, that you can accept care without feeling weak or worthless. The most powerful throne is one where you can allow yourself to cry without fear of judgment. Specific traits of the inner king. An unwavering instinct for leadership and decision-making, even in the most complex situations. The ability to see the big picture, to survey the entire horizon when others only see individual details. An unyielding tendency to take responsibility for others, to protect and safeguard. A rare gift for motivating and inspiring people, igniting the fire of ambition and faith in their hearts. Door number 4, the voice of the suppressed divine child. This door is an explosion of colors, audacity, and uniqueness. It seems to cry out, magic lives here, rejecting monotonous grayness. If your choice fell upon it, then your soul has found what seemed lost forever, the freedom to be your true self. This is the archetype of the divine child, the eternal artist, whom Jung considered the most potent force for personal transformation, yet also the most vulnerable to the wounds of society. Remember when you stopped singing at the top of your lungs? When did you realize that being different was dangerous? Surely your childhood was a fireworks display of ideas, impossible dreams, and vibrant colors. You heard music in numbers, felt emotions in colors, believed in boundless possibilities until someone opened your eyes to reality. Life is not a game. You need to be practical, and dreams won't pay the bills. Your creative spirit hasn't vanished. It has merely gone into hiding, masked by responsibility, maturity, and pragmatism. Perhaps you find it difficult to ask for help or delegate tasks, as you matured too early. Inside you, a battle rages, the need to control the situation versus a genuine desire to care for others. But know this, your creativity is not merely entertainment. It is a healing balm for the world. Jung understood that creative archetypes do not exist for amusement. They are here to remind humanity of the beauty of life, the reality of hope, and the transformative power of imagination. Choosing this path is a subconscious cry. Enough hiding. Your growth isn't about becoming more serious, but about blending seriousness with magic. The world desperately needs your unique perspective on beauty, your ability to find light in profound darkness, your gift for awakening the capacity to dream in others. This isn't childishness, it's emotional genius. The divine child manifests by overflowing with creativity, seeking an outlet in various forms, seeing beauty and meaning in small details, processing emotions through art, music, or writing, and bringing hope and joy to those around them. Perhaps their creativity was suppressed in childhood. They constantly seek authenticity, rejecting conformity. They are torn between freedom of self-expression and societal expectations. Door number 5, the fortress of the lone warrior. A heavy metallic door with rough wooden inlays, as if holding echoes of past battles, both victorious and bitter. If this portal drew you in, then your soul recognized something painfully familiar within it, an impregnable citadel forged in the flames of trials. This is one of the most complex and ambiguous archetypes, the wounded warrior, a survivor against all odds, who became a guardian. Jung understood. Behind every such warrior lies a story few dare to hear. At what age did you realize you could only rely on yourself? Most likely life taught you quite early that the world is harsh. People are unreliable, and showing weakness is an invitation to attack. Your psyche developed an incredible capacity for resistance, often defying conventional logic. You are one of those who survive where others give up, who find a way out when others see only a dead end, who protect the vulnerable because you have personally experienced what it means to be defenseless. Your unique gift is transforming pain into strength. While adversity crushes others, you use it as fuel to move forward. But there's one secret unspoken about warriors. They are incredibly exhausted, not physically but spiritually. For behind every armor beats a heart that has never known peace, that learned losing vigilance is deadly, that equated vulnerability with betrayal. Your unyielding independence, a source of incredible strength, can also become the loneliest prison you are confined within. Jung realized true strength is not about needing no one, but in the wisdom of knowing when you can allow yourself that need. Your path to growth is not in building more strength. You are already as solid as a rock. It lies in recognizing that you can allow others to care for you without losing an ounce of your power. The bravest battle is allowing another to see your wounds without turning away in fear or judging them for it. The wisest warrior is one who knows when to lay down their sword. The warrior possesses exceptional emotional and physical endurance, the ability to maintain clarity of mind and act effectively under tremendous pressure. This is an instinctive defense of the weak and defenseless, the skill to forge pain into steely resolve. Often behind the warrior lies a history of trauma that taught them to survive alone. They are a natural leader in crisis situations, but are torn between the drive for self-sufficiency and a deep human need for intimacy and connection. And so we have reached the conclusion of a journey that, in reality, is just beginning. Each door you saw was not merely an image, but a true mirror, reflecting powerful archetypal forces that shaped your life long before you could consciously grasp them. Jung spent decades researching the inexplicable allure of certain symbols. His conclusion was truly revolutionary. We don't choose the archetypes, they choose us. And what you have just experienced is no accident, but the voice of your unconscious speaking in the pure language of symbols. Did you choose the silent sanctuary of the observer? Your sensitivity is an invaluable gift the world so desperately needs. Did the sacred structure of the guardian call to you? Your ability to create stability is the foundation of prosperity for others. Did you recognize the throne of the inner king? Your natural leadership is destined to elevate all those around you. Were you drawn to the creativity of the divine child? Your authenticity is a spark capable of igniting hope in the hearts of others. Or perhaps the impregnable fortress of the warrior spoke to you. Your resilience is the bedrock upon which others can build their boldest dreams. Each archetype is like a two-sided medal, a light side bestowing talents and a dark side harboring traps. Strengths, if not consciously managed, can become shackles. But here's what Jung truly brilliantly revealed: individuation. Becoming your true self doesn't mean choosing one archetype and remaining static within it. It means embracing and integrating all facets of your soul. The observer sometimes needs to learn decisiveness and action from the warrior. The authoritative king could benefit from the spark of creativity of the divine child. And the caring guardian could use the flexibility and open-mindedness of the observer. Remember, your choice today is not a life sentence, but merely the beginning of a captivating journey to self-discovery. A journey capable of transforming not only your life, but also your mark on this world. Your actions today are a reflection of your past, but the most exciting stories are yet to be written. Now that you are aware of the archetypal forces that drive you, you can consciously begin to write a new chapter of your life. May self-knowledge grant you freedom and allow your true light to shine in all its brilliance. The world craves your unique contribution. So now that you know your dominant archetype, how will you use this wisdom? What will you do next?